Hello, friends. Let's see. I'm filtering through my messages. Hang on a second. Sorry. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 emails. Hi, everybody. I hope we're doing well. How's your weekend been? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on your way in. Rainy and windy, but not a bad day. Good. I would kill for some rainy weather, honestly. Like Dustin and I have kind of really been craving a good storm, you know? It's been like a little drizzly, you know, a little windy, but like we want like a downpour. You know what I mean? We're just in the mood for some spooky weather, I think. A lazy Sunday, very nice. Oh my God, happy birthday, Naomi. Amazing. Your son as well. Oh, you guys share a birthday. That's wild. Courtney went to a spooky market. That's really cool. Courtney, was that like an outdoor thing? Hey, Emily. Brenda's birthday's next week. Oh my God. So many birthdays in the house. Amazing. I love that. Yeah, a local brewery / farmer's market, but with spooky vendors. That is so fun. I love that. Amy's birthday's coming up. Emily's half birthday is this week. If that it counts. I love that though. Local brewery, farmers market space, but with spooky vendors. Very cool. Very cool. I love those, you know, and it's such a good season for it. Especially if you live somewhere a little more north of me, at least. What is going on with this hair today? There's like a gap right here that's annoying me. Whatever. Yeah. Especially if you live a little north of me. That's awesome. It must have been great weather to be outside and at like a little spooky market. That's great. Super fun. cleaning and cooking for the next week, doing some meal prep. Very cool. Love that. Well, it sounds like everybody's had a nice, either a relaxing Sunday or a good weekend. That's great, guys. I love that. Well, very good. Well, it's been a very busy weekend for me. Yesterday I had 4 really good readings. A couple of, a couple of them with some tears, which is necessary, I think, and always a good thing. Obviously, this weekend was also the No Kings protests around the country, which I am so proud of my brave friends. So many friends of mine shared on their Instagram story where they were, and like it was also I know Pride Month is what, June, right? But having Pride in June in Florida is just not it, you know. But I mean, they have gay pride festivals and stuff like that throughout the month of June. But Orlando Pride is specifically in October. So Orlando Pride was this weekend. And it kicked off the same day as No Kings. So I know a few of my friends, they went from like a good protest time. They went to protest for a little while, and then they also went to Pride. So I feel like we missed out a little bit. But to be real, it was just a lack of scheduling on my part. And also Dustin's not been feeling great, so he needs to rest a bit and get some time off his feet and everything. So, we needed to stay home for multiple reasons. But I also, I hate having to reschedule appointments. I mean, if I block the time out, if I can block the time out, like when I block it out for Spooky Empire or for classes, I have no problem blocking out my calendar. But if I just forget to plan something and, I hate rescheduling and canceling appointments. But I think that, like I said, I really think that people that I read on Saturday really, really needed those readings. And I'm glad they happened, and they were really, really awesome. And they were this weekend. I mean, I only do private sessions during the weekend. That might change in the near future. I'm going to adjust my schedule a little bit. Going live 7 days a week is a lot. I do 10 lives a week. And that's a lot, but I also feel the need to grind and to, the economy is shit and bills are hard and everything. So I need to make as much money as possible and all of that. So, and not to mention the money that you put into things like Spooky Empire. I think the booth for Spooky is like $800-900, it's not cheap. So there is the energy of like, I need to break even at this event, and like, do I need to get anything new? I had to buy more 1 cards so that I could make my 1 card readings for the event. So, it's just, it's a toss up between like, I need to work, but also I need a day, I need a day off. It's really hard for me to plan time with Dustin, and I kind of feel really bad about that. We've been doing this thing where like in between my lives on like Wednesday through Friday, in between the lives, we might go out and get out of the house for a little bit. But I'm like, I've only got like 2 hours. We got to go back home, So I hate doing that. And especially if we were just like the other day, we were just walking around Epcot. And I think we both would have loved to stay for fireworks if we could, So, but I was like, I got to go live, So, yeah, I think my live schedule is going to be shifting a bit, but keep an eye on the live schedule. I'm probably going to be shifting it sometime tomorrow or, Monday. I might shift it. Um, I just have to get on the website and fuck with it. So that's happening. But yeah, it's been a busy weekend and got a lot of stuff done and had a lot of really good readings. I had one big reading with a client today, which was really, really great. I love when clients are, engaged, when it's a conversation back and forth. A lot of them are. All of my clients this weekend were conversations. And that was really lovely. So it's just sometimes, I don't know if it's an intimidation thing or if people just don't know what to say, maybe, but there's quite a few times when I have a client during a private session and they just don't say anything. They just sit there and they're kind of like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, and I'm not sure if it's because they just don't want to give me too much info or if they just, they just want to let me do the talking, which is fine, I guess. But I really love an engaged client. I love when it's a conversation. I love when it's a back and forth. I love when there's things that, like there was one part of the reading where she was like, I'm not so sure if these cards make sense for me. And I was like, okay, well, it could also be this. And she was like, yeah, I think that's it. And then she applied it to her life and was saying that, like, for her, it was these things, X, Y, Z, so it was just a really, really good conversation. So the reads I had this weekend really reminded me why I love my job, excuse me. So even though Dustin and I would have loved to have been part of the protests out here this weekend, and we would have loved to have been at Gay Pride. We were invited by a few different parties of people that were like, oh, come by the hotel and we have a cooler and drop your stuff off and we'll all go together. And I was like, I'll let you know. And another good friend of ours, a group of friends of ours, they were like, well, come by for the bonfire after. And I was like, I can't, like, I didn't plan properly and I didn't want to blow you guys off and all of that. I like to keep my commitments, so I just didn't plan properly for Pride. And again, I'm glad that I'm glad I didn't. And I'm glad that I took the clients that I had and that I had these really meaningful readings, because they're meaningful, not just for you, but for me as well, So we did that. And, today, we bought the hat, sweater, and the glove for my Freddy Krueger costume. I decided I'm going to wear shorts because it's going to be a really heavy. The sweater is going to be kind of heavy, so I don't want to get too hot, So I'm going to wear some shorts, I think. And the only thing left we have to get is I want to get contacts. So I'm thinking of doing like a creepy white, I just really want them to pop, and I want them to give like dead. I want them to give like freaky looking, dead, possessed kind of weirdness. So I think I want to go with something white. Because then if I do maybe white red, that could be cute. That's not a bad idea, Stella. But I'm thinking of doing something whitish. And so that I can wear the contacts for the weekend and not just on Friday for Halloween, but I can also wear them Saturday and Sunday too, if I want to, with just like normal cute clothes, So they just have to be prescription. But last year for the Heidi Klum party, we found really good ones that I liked a lot. So we just have to go through Dustin's confirmation email and see if we can find it and order new ones. Like it shines during the dark kind of thing. Yeah. Like a neon white. Yeah, kind of. So I kind of want them to be like that white out looking, or maybe with just like the pupil in the center. So I don't know. We're going to see what we can find. But my Freddy stuff should be here by Wednesday and Spooky Empire is Friday. So that's great. Should be here just in time. And I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a really good time. And then on more like kind of smaller victories, I posted this on my threads, but I've been having a problem with my website for fucking months. For months, maybe a year even, I've been having this problem. And I've tried to fix it on my own and to no avail. And I've called Square a couple times because my website is through Square. I've called them a couple times and I just couldn't get a solution. One person told me that they couldn't change it, that it just had to be that way. I called again today, and well, Dustin called again today, and we were talking to a guy that didn't seem to know what the fuck he was doing. He was and well like the whole time, and it was like, I don't know, he sounded really young and like he just didn't know what he was doing. But then I called because he said, yeah, the problem should be fixed now. And I tried to book my own reading to like test it out, and the problem was still there. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, he didn't even do anything. So I called back and I got somebody who actually like, and she said she didn't know what she was doing. She was like, I don't know much about Square appointments, so I'm not really sure. And you know, all of that. So she was very transparent about it, but she's like, I'm going to poke around and see what I can figure out. So, but she ended up fixing the problem in like record time. And we found the solution together. So it was really, really great. And I'm just so thrilled that I'm not having this issue anymore. It was just something that was like confusing for people. Yeah, she was really, really nice. I was really thrilled. But it was just something that was really confusing for people. On the I'll just tell you, it's not a big deal. On the confirmation email that you get when you book an appointment with me, it said this stupid fucking thing. Like, it had like, you know, all the instructions that I created, like the customization that I could do on it. And it was like, you know, thanks for booking, expect a Zoom link, make sure you check your spam, blah, blah, blah. All the instructions for you. But on the main email, like that was above like the main like receipt. And then in the receipt part where it had like the service you were getting and the time, it said, we'll call you. And it had like your phone number. I don't call you, you know, that's not a thing. And you get all these updates and whatever. But if you clicked on like the specifics for the appointment, it said next steps, you'll get a call at, and it's your phone number. I don't call, you know? So I couldn't figure out a way. There was no customization to like get rid of that. And what was happening, I remember seeing that too, but I ignored it because I knew it was going to be on Zoom. Exactly. Like, if you know, you know. And like, and I don't blame people either that didn't know that. But like, when you book it, it says conducted over Zoom. Excuse me. In the description, it says all readings are conducted over Zoom. So I would do my part, you know, do my due diligence, and I would send people I send you the Zoom link like 2-3 hours ahead of time, you know. And I send out all the individual emails so I know what time, and so we have like correspondence if you have any issues. And like, if you want me to record it for you or something, you can just respond to that email. So I send it from my Madam Adam email, and I sit around and I'm waiting for my clients, and I give it like, you know, 2 to 5 minutes in case like there's technical difficulties. Maybe you had to download Zoom or something, or maybe you had to update it or whatever. So I leave like 2 to 5 minutes for technical difficulties, but then I send you a text because I have your phone number. So I send you a text that's like, hi, it's Madam Adam. The Zoom link to your reading was sent earlier today. If you have any issues, if you want me to resend it, let me know. If you need to reschedule or something, let me know. Even though it's already, you know, beyond my reschedule and cancellation times, I'm trying to be nice. So if you're having issues, like maybe there's an emergency, I don't know. So I just say, you know, if you have like an issue or a problem, if you're having an issue or a problem, she's so silly. If you have an issue or a problem, you can message me or text me back or something. And so they would message me back and they would say, oh, it's over Zoom. I thought you were going to call me. And I'm like, I'm mildly annoyed because everything says Zoom. All the instructions on the confirmation above where it says, we'll call you. Above that, it says it's over Zoom. But before you even book it, it says, you know, it's over Zoom. In the description, it's over Zoom. So I'm like mildly annoyed because like, you know, this stupid thing is causing problems and miscommunication for people where they're expecting a phone call. I didn't get the Zoom link, but like, I know I sent it. Oh, you found it. Is that what you were watching? Did I watch that? Oh, good. You found your sheet ghost. Very nice. Dustin found his sheet ghost costume. So anyway, long story long, the lady today on Square helped me finally get that taken off. So now going forward, there shouldn't be any, we'll call you, blah, blah, blah. There shouldn't be any of that on there. But it's been a problem for like a year. And it's happened so often, at least once, twice, 3 times a week, where people are like, oh, I was expecting a phone call. And I'm like, everything says Zoom, you know? But I don't blame them because it says next steps, we'll call you, you know? So when I thought about like calling them and being like, hi, it's Madam Adam. I just sent over the Zoom link. If you want to log into that, I'm waiting, you know? But I don't know. I didn't want to have to call everybody. I don't want to talk on the phone, you know? So, but I finally got that taken care of today. And I'm so happy that that's done. So small victories, little things, you know? So we got the website taken care of, and I got my Freddy costume ordered. I just got to get my contacts. I had great reads this weekend. It's been lovely. Yeah. We watched Halloween Town last night. Good shit. Good shit. Yeah. Checking things off the to-do list that have been like over my head for a while too. Like that's a good thing. You know, that feels really, really good. So the next thing I need to tackle is stuff with my Zoltar machine. I need to really get on that and I need to do some things on my end that I've been neglecting because I haven't had time. This Zoom thing is the very first experience for me, and me being attacked by my cat will definitely be for the first time for you too. So don't mind him. He's just a little possessed. I get it. Yeah. So the Zoltar machine's been a long time coming, and I'm really looking forward to it. But I still need to make the individual cards. Before I wanted to do 78 cards. You know, I wanted to do one for every tarot card, but that's a lot of work, and it's a lot of stress and pressure on me. So instead, I figured I would just do the major arcana. I'll just do the Fool to the World, and do 22 cards that they cycle through. So I have to get with Trey to help me design them, and come up with the image for them. And then I have to write them. And then I have to do some voiceover stuff, which I'm nervous about. So, but they just ordered my costume for my Zoltar machine. And I asked if we can do like press on nails, and they found some nails and stuff. So I'm just waiting on the images of what that looks like. But yeah, that's the next big thing that I need to do. So Spooky Empire's coming up on Halloween. Really excited for that. The Zoltar machine is happening. I just have to do some things on my end. I have a lot of other things going on at home right now that I need to take care of. And class is coming up fast. Class is next weekend, next Saturday. So if you haven't jumped on that, I would, you know, spaces are limited. So I would jump on that soon if you want to join me for classes. They're 2 hours. They're conducted over Zoom. They're also recorded. The Tarot 101 is more of like a lecture, where I'm going to be going through all of the cards for you, telling you what all of them mean, best practices, connecting with decks, and some simple exercises to do for you to help learn and retain the information. And the 102 is more of a workshop. It's more of a hands-on workshop kind of thing. Where we're going to be doing a lot of exercises. So the 102 has a small lecture in it as well. We're going to be talking about the grid, or the grid as I call it, which is how the majors trickle down into their minors. We're going to be talking a bit about that. So yeah, really excited about class. It's going to be great. I always love my classes, and I always look forward to going live after class to kind of, to kind of wrap with you guys and talk about it and how it went. And I don't know, I find them rejuvenating. I love your grid. It blew my mind the first time I did it. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you use it. I'm glad that you still applied that system. That's great. It makes sense, you know? So, anywho, we've got some emails to get to. First up, I have Naomi. Good. I'm so glad it helps you remember the minors. That's the goal. Oh, and sidebar, really quick. You know how I've been having some sound issues on Instagram with sound? It's been sounding kind of like I'm underwater. I figured out that it's my phone. So I use my phone for Instagram, my tablet for TikTok, and this laptop here, I use this for YouTube and Facebook. And so, yeah, I figured out that I've got some sound issues going on with my phone. So until I get a new phone in, I'm going to be mic'd up for on Instagram. I'll just have a mic for it, which we tested out during Subscriber Live last night. And it went really well. So problem solved. So it wasn't the app, it was my phone. Yeah, it's time for an upgrade. Mine was muffled like that, and I took an old toothbrush to my speaker. That's not a bad idea, actually. In the meantime, I think mine is water damage, though. Dustin and I were talking about it, and I have this really bad habit of propping my phone up in the shower, like on the tub. I prop my phone up and like play music, so it's like amplified by, being against a surface. So I think it's getting like water in it. So, and when I took my case off, there was like all this old gross kind of smelly water behind my phone. And my phone also kind of overheats a lot too. I mean, I'm on it all day every day. And so it's I think it's time for an upgrade, with how much I use it and everything. So that was the Instagram problem. So yeah, I cleaned my phone case and I cleaned my phone, but the sound is still a little muffled. I noticed because I had some cameos to do this weekend, and when I listened back to them, they were so muffly and so like underwater sounding. So of recording them, and they just sounded terrible. So I plugged in my microphone. That's the whole reason. Mini speaker. I keep the speaker outside my bathroom. Yeah, okay, you win. So it was my phone. It wasn't Instagram. Anyway, emails. Naomi, update. We have onboarding on Monday, tomorrow. Very cool for the new job. Today, Sunday, is my birthday. Yes, I'm old now. I'm 43. That's not old. But I've really been enjoying your content. Thank you, and your lives. And just again, want to thank you and all the Mavens for the support when I was job hunting and getting me through that and help keeping me laughing. Birthday read. Yes, of course. Oh, thank you, Maria. Yeah, no, I have an artist. Like, I have an artist that I want to work with. I want to keep things congruent to like my art style and the merch that I have. So I've got Trey, and Trey does my art for me. So I'm gonna use Trey. I just need to make sure I can pay her, to do the art for me. But she's like, I'm ready to go whenever you want to knock this out. So, but thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. All right, Naomi, birthday read. All right. Going into this new cycle of life for you, Naomi, we've got Ace of Cups energy. So as we enter this new season of life, it's important that you cleanse, wash the last year off you, have some kind of cleansing, and then forgiveness. Forgive yourself for how hard you might have been on yourself this past year, things you might have regretted not doing, or regrets you might have had of mistakes that you made or something like that. It's time for a clean slate, clean slate energy. So Queen of Wands is lovely. You're going through some change and transformation. It's a passionate time for you. You are protected as well. And it's important that you make your moves in silence. What's up, Trey? We were just talking about you. It's important that you make your moves in silence, that you rise to your own authority, that you seek permission from within. We're old enough now. We don't need validation from others. You just need to trust that you know what's best for you, and make logical decisions. Practical, logical decisions, my friend. What else? Yes, Trey, all good things. We were just talking about how I need to get on these Zoltar cards and everything, and I need to get with you to get that going. So Naomi, I wonder what you've been a bit withdrawn from, if there's anything in particular that you've kind of been disappointed by and that you've pulled back from a bit. Where could we have been a little dissatisfied to the point where we're like pulling back, Yeah. Because you got this Four of Cups here, which is, as I always say, it's like having a case of the fuck-its, But it's like we got bored with something, we got a little bored, we got a little withdrawn, we got a little pulled back from it because we keep getting disappointed or let down somewhere. So yeah, that's what my question is for you. You've also got the Emperor and a King of Cups here too. Not sure. Okay. So, I mean, and this is in the vein of things going forward, So if we ever get that way, if we ever get the feeling of like, you know what, fuck it, I'm over it, I don't care. And it's also giving emotional complacency, some lays about some things. But it's important, you got the Emperor here, and 4s come from the Emperor anyway. So it's important that you remember who you are, you know, and that you don't, like, have your moment, you know, have your wallow, have your moment. But we got to get up, you know, eventually. We don't stay down for long. So remember to lead with compassion. Yeah, it could be complacency from a past regret. Good point, Brenda. Yes, 10 points. Very good. Yep, could be related to the past job. Totally. Yeah, buckets for sure. Yeah. So just going forward with the new job and everything, let's make sure that you remember who you are, you know what you provide, and that you try to remain compassionate for yourself, you know, that you're not, don't beat yourself up about any of this. You've got onboarding tomorrow. Congratulations. And we're just starting out. So give yourself a learning curve. New environment, new people. Yeah, that makes sense, Kieran. And not speaking for Naomi, but if we just want to make sure that you're not carrying that energy with you, you know, that you're not bringing this into the new job. Got it. Last one was gross. Got it. So yeah, it's time to cleanse. Forgive yourself for anything of the past or this past year that you might have regretted or anything like that. It's time for a clean slate. To move in silence, know that you're protected, that you're passionate as you navigate some change, and logical decisions, you know, practical. Remember who you are and what you provide, and be kind to yourself. You know, all you owe anybody is truth and kindness, but that has to begin with you. Okay? And happy birthday. You're very welcome. All right, Maria. All right, let me give us a good shuffle. Hang on. All right, Maria writes, this question is not about romance. Love a good preface. Thank you so much. But I just left an abusive relationship of 26 years. God damn. That is a long time to tolerate some bullshit, girl. But kudos to you for doing this. I mean, better late than never. Do you know what I mean? Like, good for you for taking that step and doing what's best for you. She writes, yes, I'm a slow learner, hiding out in a hotel, trying to get my life back on track, but everything is going wrong. It's like evil people who have no reason to have anything to do with me seek me out. It's almost like he wasn't the problem. He was just a manifestation of this cruel joke the universe is playing on me. Is there a way to change the way the universe sees me? It's not karma. I may be stupid or sappy, always believing if I do more, if I do what's right, other people will change. But I am not a bad person. I am, however, losing hope and out of ideas, and I trust you see what I'm doing wrong. Any advice? I don't think you're doing anything wrong, babe. So here's the thing with this. Let's break this down. It's like evil people who have no reason to have anything to do with me seek me out. That's not true. It might feel that way, and I'm not negating that. We're not negating that's a true feeling for you. Um, but honestly, babe, no one cares that much about you. Like, that's just tough love, right? Like, no one gives a fuck enough about you to sabotage you on purpose. Like, no one cares so much about Maria. I gotta get Maria. I gotta go get her. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? And if they do, like, then that's their problem. Everyone is doing what they think is best for them. Narcissists, abusive people, they're doing what they think is best for themselves, even though it's against you, even though it hurts you. They're only worried about them. So we have to lose this idea that you are somehow a victim. You know what I mean? Yes, you've been a victim of abuse for 26 years, but you've broken that cycle. And I think maybe now this is just perhaps a mental habit that you have now, to expect the worst. Um, it's almost like he wasn't the problem. He was. He was just a manifestation of this cruel joke the universe is playing on me. Is there a way to change the universe sees me? The universe doesn't see you any particular way. The universe is not sentient. The universe doesn't have it out to get you. The universe is a bunch of space and balls of gas. You know what I'm saying? The universe is energy. You know what I mean? It's not sentient. The universe doesn't have your best interest. It's not out to get you. It's the way you see yourself. It's not karma. I agree with that. I don't think it's karma either. I may be stupid and sappy, always believing if I do what's right, other people will change. But I'm not a bad person. Good. I'm glad you know that. And I don't think you're stupid or sappy. I think that you've got a lot of empathy. I think you've got a lot of empathy to give. I think you've got a lot of love to give out, and that love has just been you've been taken advantage of so often. Do you know how hard it was for me to open up to Dustin? Like, come on. I was in quite a few abusive things. Yeah, Emily, I agree. You just happen to be in the blast radius. Yes, the bombs have gone off and you happen to be in the blast radius. So I don't believe that the universe sees you in any certain way. You see this is all some kind of mirror. You're not a bad person. You know that you try to do what's right and hold hope out for other people. My sister told me it's because God hates me. Well, okay. Well, your sister's a cunt. Okay. Your sister can eat shit and live. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But if I'm not wrong, none of the gods, like the Christian God, I'm assuming she's meaning Sky Daddy, Christian God. Last thing I knew, he doesn't hate. Last thing I knew, that wasn't a thing that God does. I mean, unless he's wiping the earth of everybody and leaving just 2 animals and Noah and his family, but that's Old Testament. She's super Christian. Well, that's not very fucking Christian of her. Right, Emily? Allegedly. Although Old Testament God was he was petty. He was pretty savage. I kind of live for that Old Testament shit, though. I'm not going to lie. Those are my favorite stories. Anyway, once I got all Jesus and love thy neighbor, I was like, boring. But yeah, babe, it's not how the universe sees you. It's how you see yourself. And I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything, but I think you're just still trapped in this victim mentality. And I want to tell you that I think that's totally natural. As Taylor Tomlinson says, the Old Testament is my favorite Taylor Swift album. Period. Period. Yeah. So, but it's you feel like people are out to get you. You know what I mean? And nobody's out to get you, babe. Nobody's out to get you. It is, Maria. It's hard to snap back, but listen to me. This is not going to happen overnight. You're hiding out in a hotel right now, probably feeling like you're on the run. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, exactly, Brenda. That's trauma. You know what I mean? It's trauma, babe. It's going to take some time. But I don't think that the universe sees you in any negative light. The universe isn't sentient. It's not like that. Everything is about cause and effect. And you know what does make sense to me about all this is that you have removed yourself from a toxic, abusive environment, right? So naturally, you're going to go kicking and screaming, you know, and there's going to be this side of you that feels like you're doing something wrong or like people are out to get you or something, because somewhere deep down, it feels like, you know, you shouldn't be doing this, you know, but so you have been told positive things. You've been giving out positive things to be met with bullshit, you know, to be met with abuse of, I'm not sure what kind of abuse it is. I hope it's not physical, but to get out of some kind of abusive situation like that, it feels like us against the world, you know? My ex, who put me in the hospital, he told me that I left because I couldn't handle him, you know? And if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Your best was sharing your meth with me, fuckface. What do you mean? Like your best? I'm yet to see your best. And your worst shouldn't be putting your fucking hands on me or anybody, you know? So I believed him and I was like, well, yeah, maybe I'm just weak and I need to work on myself and blah, 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 blah. And then when I finally agreed to come back to him after all of that, he left all of my shit outside in the rain for me to, and like left me a note saying, I don't want to be with you anymore. Bye. And I was crying, putting all of my shit back into my car and leaving him because he kicked me out. He kicked me out. Like, that's how fucked I was, you know? He kicked me out. So I was packing my shit up and it was like all in the yard and some of it was by the door, like propped up against a window. And when I got the shit propped up by the window, him and one of his girlfriends were inside doing drugs, laughing at me the whole time. Taking pictures of me and laughing at me, crying in the yard, putting my shit in the car. I was an idiot. Do you know what I mean? And I felt like somehow I deserve this. I'm doing something wrong. I fucked up. So at least you know that you're a good person and you don't deserve this. This isn't karma. And I believe that karma works like this, right? I believe bad things happen to bad people. Good things happen to good people. And when bad people have good things happen to them, it doesn't stick. You know, and when good people like you, Maria, have these bad things happen to you, all of this has been a cosmic prepayment for shit you're going to get in the future. You're paying 26 years of layaway for an abundant and amazing free future full of real love, real connection, real life shit for you. Do you know what I mean? There also might be a part of you that's become corny with being in an abusive situation because it's all you've known, comfy with being in an abusive situation because that's all you've known. And it might feel wrong getting out because it's new, even though it's right for you. Yeah. Yeah. 26 years is a long time. It'll take time, but you already started to heal by taking the first step, moving out of that abuse. Yes, I agree, Karen. I agree. Listen to this support system. This is so lovely. But you're a bad fucking bitch, Maria, for getting out, for getting a hotel, doing what's best for you, my friend. You know? He did you, yes, he did me a favor. At least Maria left first. Yes. I was really hard-headed, but I would have stuck around for 26 years, you know? I would have stuck around. So my ex was a nasty human being. He's dead now, but you know, karma already got his ass. He got in a drunk driving car accident and they found a bunch of drugs in the car. He also had live fast, die young tattooed on him. So you got what you wanted. Yeah, he told me that he didn't want to live past 30 and he got his wish. So he was a nasty human being. And that's why I jokingly, but not jokingly, say that people that fuck me over always get theirs, you know? But yeah, he died. And someone was like, aren't you going to go to the funeral? And I'm like, no, he died. He's dead to me. He's been dead to me for years. So no. And apparently at the wake and the funeral, the service that they had, a bunch of people that he was involved with romantically, all like had it out with each other. He was cheating on all of them with each other. Like he was claiming monogamy, but like not being monogamous. So I can only imagine how long he was cheating on me. You know what I mean? So Maria, let's see what the cards have for you. Yeah, I wasn't going to that. Apparently, there was drug-induced physical altercations, and cops were called and things like that. So, no, I'm good. Thank you. And a mutual friend of ours, of my ex and me, we had a mutual friend, and she was like, oh, I'm sure he would have loved that. Yes, I agree. But she was like, I can't believe you don't care. You're a monster. And I'm like, I'm a monster? I'm sorry, what? Like, no, girl. So I'm not friends with any of those people anymore. I haven't seen them in a very, 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 very long time. So. Maria, darling. I really loved that friend too. Her name was Jasmine. I loved that bitch so much. She used to work at a strip club. She was a dancer there. And she was the one that I would go into the back of the strip club and read all the girls' cards and everything like that. Yeah. So that's where that experience comes from. So Maria, my love. Yeah, rest is the most important thing for you right now. Rest is the most important thing. Resting the mind, resting the body, knowing that you've done enough. You've done all you could. You've done all you can. Rest is important right now. You need time to recover, to heal, you know? So we've got, you have been through a war, babe. And you've got some grief you're going to process. This is going to be a grieving process for a while. It's going to take some time. And ultimately you're letting go. You're leaving the past behind. You're moving on. So you have these cards perfectly lay out your situation, you know? Brighter days are ahead with the sun. As you navigate transformation and change, self-care is a priority. And this isn't going to be over simply or easy. So you're going to have to be courage. You're going to have to be courage. No, you're going to have to be courageous and passionate about this separation. You're going to have to make sure that you stick with it, you know? What did you say before? You said, believing if I do more, if I do what's right, other people will change. So you have to believe that if you do more for you, if you do what's right for you, that you can have the change that you want in your life. Do you know what I mean? You have to take your philosophy, that people please philosophy, and turn it on a mirror, turn it towards yourself, and please yourself now. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. You got a lot of work to do. It took me a really long time to know my worth and value. A really long time. But now that I know it, there's no going back. Now that I know what I'm worth, no ma'am, I don't settle for less. You got this, babe. I'm very proud of you for what it's worth. God damn. See, you even went back too. I did the same thing. Once you know your worth, you won't be going back from that ever again. Amy, this happened today? That's crazy. If that happened today, I hope you called the cops. Speaking of Amy, I've got your read here. Dear Madam Adam, I would love to be considered for a complimentary read on your Sunday Night Live, just for a general to help me get through the week. Absolutely. Oh, many years ago. Okay, I'm just checking. We're just checking, girl. Yeah, when I got out of all of that, I thought I was done with it. You know, I had to move back in with my mom for a while. And she was dating a guy who was, I mean, she always dates right-wing homophobes, even though her son is gay and all of that. She don't care, I guess. She doesn't care. She's like, no, my love life is separate from my relationship with you. No, the fuck it's not. Like, how can you be with someone who is actively homophobic? How? You know? She's a delusional white woman. But yeah, I thought I was done with all of the physical harm on me. And a guy, she's not with him now. Not that it matters. She's with a new Trumpy homophobe now. But I thought that I was done with all of this. I was working on myself. I was trying to take care of me, and I wasn't on drugs anymore and everything. And I moved back in with my mom, and me and her boyfriend got into a spat, and he ended up putting his hands on me and like whatever. And to this day, my mom is like, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. And I've told her multiple times, like, you don't advocate for me. You don't stand up for me. You don't put me first, you know, ever. And then I bring up that situation, and she's like, you can't keep bringing up the past, Adam. I told you I wasn't there. I don't know who did what. So you're going to believe your alcoholic boyfriend who almost drowned in the pool because he was drinking. He passed out. He was drinking and passed out on her pool deck and almost rolled into the pool and died. So, but you're going to believe him over me. And she's like, I'm not believing either one of you. I'm not, you could have been on drugs. I don't know. I told you I wasn't. And I know that I had some fuck ups. I had some problems. I had some issues. But like, how are you not going to believe your own son? Exactly. How are you going to not believe your own son? You're so in love and you don't want to fuck up your relationship with some asshole that like, he put his hands on me, you know? He tried to choke me out, like, because we got into a disagreement, you know? To this day, she still is like, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Like, that's not like, just no. Just no. Dustin's trying to fix the smoke alarm. But yeah, that's when I knew, like, my mom does not choose me. And she can't. She's just not capable. So he's working on it. So, but yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of us share the trauma of abuse. It's so unfortunate. But I have to say, I'm really grateful that we have this community together. And a lot of us have been through these same things and we can relate to each other. You know what I mean? We're all on the other side of it. We've all come leaps and bounds from these things. So I'm proud of us. And I gotta say, again, I love this support system. I love the Mavens. I love this community. I've met people in person that rave about this Maven community and how some of y'all are friends with each other. Some of you message each other. Some of you, you know, I mean, I've got so much going on in the chat sometimes that I don't know a lot of the things that y'all are going through personally, but a lot of you have got to know each other like in detail. So I think that's amazing. All right, Amy, let's see what I've got. I'm just really happy that I've been able to facilitate and kind of build a community that is so loving and so supportive. And I really think that, like, not to take credit or anything, but I think that like I'm proud of it because I feel like this community is an expression of me. I feel like you guys like are an expression of my beliefs and the way I view tarot and the tough love of it all and the love and support that I'm trying to put out into the world. It's like, these are people that understand my message. You know, these are people that get what I'm trying to do, and you do it with each other. You share it with each other. So I'm just really, really proud of it. And I think it's great. So thank you guys. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you, Emily. We are a coven. Yes, we are. All right, Amy, I'm sorry. I'm gabbing too much. All right, Amy. Ooh, okay. New chapters unfolding for you, the world. Endings and new beginnings in a major way. New chapters are unfolding. Doors are closing. New ones are opening. Very nice. All you really need to do is stand up for yourself. Danny, don't give my secrets away. What are you doing? Oh, I love that, Emily. That's great. But yeah, Amy, it's important that you stand up for yourself and advocate for you and fight for what it is that you want and continue to stand up for yourself, you know. Page of Pentacles energy as well. You have to be willing to show up for yourself and stay consistent. The hard work pays off, babe, in a major way. The hard work pays off in a major way to the point where there's new chapters unfolding for you. So you should begin to see the fruits of your labor. You should begin to see the hard work pay off. Opportunities come your way because you know how to fight for it. You just have to stay fighting for it, you know? So I love this for you. It's a new day. I've got two more. You're learning new things at your job. Very good. That's going to open new doors for you. That's going to open new doors. And I guess like part of standing up for yourself in that, standing up for yourself in that is making sure that you speak up if you don't understand. You know, if there's something that you need more time on or you need more guidance on, make sure you speak up, you know? Oh, I remember that, Naomi. That was great. All right, Brenda. Dear Madam, I have generalized anxiety and panic attack disorder. I understand you have anxiety. I have found comfort in your ability in working through it. It has given me the courage to attack the tower and, like the hermit, find my way through it. Last night, I said my bubble isn't a prison. I'm at home. I am homebound, except for when Greg can take me out. I am always looking for ways of making my bubble more mysterious, as my reading pointed to. Your lives and the Maven community mean a lot to me. If I'm chosen for a reading, I'd like a collective one, as I was blessed with one last night. Very nice. Brenda with the collective. Listen to this love. Oh my God. We're like a Boy Meets World episode up in here. It's like Family Matters up in here. What's another one? It's like Seventh Heaven up in here. Full House up in here. Everybody's sitting at the edge of the bed having a heart to heart. Wholesome as fuck in here. Yes. Oh, a collective reading. I'm trying to be all tough love and shit, and y'all are making it sappy. Don't make me start talking about scary movies, okay? Just to mix it up. All right, collective Maven community, the 20 some odd of you that are watching, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Everybody take a good deep breath in the nose. Very nice. Two more in the nose. Last one, real deep. Excellent. All right. Collective. All right. The lovers. Lovers Lane. Lovers. The keywords they have on the card are love, romance, self-love, divine love. So, like, I get it. These are just the keywords. The description in the guidebook goes into a lot more detail. But it is about unions and choices, you know? So it's time to make some choices. It's time to honor the ability you have to make choices. You always have a choice, collective. Mavens, you always have a choice. Even in the uncontrollable, even when you feel backed against a wall. Yeah, Kimmy, I'm still alive. I'm still babbling. Even when you feel backed against the wall. Right, Danny? Literally. Even when you feel backed against the wall, even when you feel like you are in uncontrollable circumstances, you always have a choice in how you can handle them. Always. So it's time to walk the walk. 9 of Pentacles energy. What are the keywords they have for this one? Self-sufficient, prosperity, luxury. I like that. Self-sufficient. I like that a lot. The 9 comes right before the 10. You know, right before the 10 is the 9. So we need to know that the abundance is right around the corner. It's like, you know, that abundant opportunity is right there. You know, it's definitely happening. You know, it's coming. And we want to just make sure that we're doing our best by it. We want to make sure that we're ready to receive it, that we're doing well, and ready to knock it out of the park, you know? So collective Mavens, you got to walk your walk. Talk your talk, dress the part, look the part, act the part, and make sure that you're protecting yourself. 9 of Wands. Make sure that you're protecting yourself. The little bandage on his head, we've been burnt before. Yeah, the romance is romancing yourselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, make sure you're protecting yourselves. Make sure you're not overly withdrawn. You know? Make sure that we're not avoiding. Protection isn't to build a wall and hide behind it, you know? It's to wear the armor and get back out there. You know what I mean? Emily, I got a random deck from Barnes and Noble that renamed the lovers to the honeymoon, and dead ass there were two people getting down and dirty on there. I had to laugh. Yeah. 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 It's decks like that that make me wonder if the person that made it really even understands, really even understands tarot. Like, why did you make a deck? Did you just want like a cash grab? Like, what was the point of this? Like, if you guys saw the review on the Crow Tarot, holy shit. That deck was made with thought, intention. Oh my God. It's so well done. And the guidebook is so well put together. And it's just so thought-provoking. And you're like, oh, these are people that get tarot. The writer on that one, the writer of that guidebook really gets it, So the writer of this guidebook really gets it as well, but I think they just have these keywords to make them easy to retain and understand, which is fine. I just really love the color palette, So, but yeah, collective, remember that it's time to make some choices. You always have a choice, but it's time to choose for yourself. It's not time to hide. It's time to protect yourself and get out there. So act like you want it. Wear the armor and get back out there. All right? Karen, do I even want to know? Karen, wait, I don't know what to feel. I'm so confused. Hey, girly. Well, I did spell casting and spawned food at my neighbor's house when I asked him to order his own food, as I'm not his daughter. Good for you. I'm just his neighbor. Your girl is a fantabulous witch, I guess. So yeah, girl, I'd love to get a general reading, I guess. Brain is blank right now and everything is at a halt. Love you and thank you so, so much for teaching me so much. I really want to move to Denmark. Even my mail is confusing. Love you and so sorry for this confusing mail. It's not confusing. It's a little erratic, but not confusing. Karen, if I know anything about you, at least you're not boring. At least you're not boring. It's always entertaining. To be real, Karen, you're a little nuts. You know what I mean? You're a little crazy. You're a little out there. But all of the best people are, I think, And I think it's the crazies that really get somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm insane. I'm crazy in my own right. But I think it's that crazy. I think it's that crazy that really gets you places, That's why I'm giving this email responsibility to Naomi. No, ma'am. I want them raw. I want them from you. I want them from your psyche to the email. And Naomi's got enough going on. I don't think they need your crazy. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Naomi. Define sane. Defines, what does that even mean? You know? All right, Karen, let's see what we've got. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Miss Witch. Fantastic. You gotta see, your abundance, babe. Hopefully this experience has shown you what you're capable of. You know? So you got to make sure that you're grateful for you, that you're generous with you. You are the abundance, my love. You always figure it out and you always manage to get there. So make sure you're not getting all woe is me. Make sure you're not getting all woe is me. Make sure you're not getting down on yourself. When you do, lead with wisdom. Focus on the facts, not the feelings. You've gone through enough change. You don't need to change necessarily anything about you in particular. Maybe our habits or maybe the things around you, but not about you in particular. So yeah, King of Swords energy, babe. Lead with wisdom. Focus on the facts, not the feelings. You're not his daughter. You're his neighbor. You know what I mean? So like that's facts. That's wisdom. So yeah. You are the abundance, my friend. You always manage to figure it out. You always manage to get there. You always manage to work it out. So just make sure when you get a little down on yourself, when you get a little woe is me, that you remember to focus on the facts. Use your brain. All right, last one. Stella. Let's see. Stella writes, hey, I wrote to you a couple of times earlier this year about escaping my narcissistic mother. Escaping my narcissistic mother's influence. My partner and I have been living in a rental not connected to my family for 3 months now. It's only been 3 months since we moved out. My mother has now listed the apartment that my partner and I use to rent from her for sale. At first, she called it an ugly duckling apartment, but the listing description changed recently, and mom decided to throw her previous tenants, my partner and I, under the bus. What do you think? I'm still not talking to my mother or anyone, or really anyone from my family. Just interested to hear your take on the situation. Here's the retail estate listing description. So let's listen to this. This apartment was home for the owner for about 10 years. She herself lived in the apartment that we were renting from her only 6 years prior to us moving in. It proved to be a lovely place to live with a lovely view and neighbors that was close to shopping, the beach, the airport, and work. Unfortunately, when the owner moved, the tenants left the apartment in shambles. So the owner had no choice but to clean it and leave it as a skeleton in hopes that the next owner would see its potential and bring it back to life. There is about 18 months left on the AC contract and the water heater that's only 4 years old. The rest is up to you. The owner knows that it will cost between 30 to 40K to restore it to be whatever you envision for yourself. The kitchen cabinets were left to be refaced. New boxes are not necessary. It's priced to move, not profit. Even with restoration, you will have a brand new home. This is so fucking petty. This is so fucking petty. She did this shit to get under your skin. If I were a prospective buyer and I read this, I would avoid this shit like the plague. Oh, I know she's overestimating the worth. I can tell. Unfortunately, when the owner moved, the tenants left the apartment in shambles. So the owner had no choice but to clean it and leave it as a skeleton in hopes that the next owner would see its potential. Unnecessary. That whole thing is unnecessary. This apartment was home for the owner for about 10 years. It provided to be a loving place to live with a lovely view and neighbors close to shopping, the beach, airport, and work. That's it. There is about 18 months on the AC. That's where it should have gone. Do you know what I mean? Stella, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if clearly it doesn't matter. She is doing this to seek attention. If I read that as a prospective buyer, I would read that and immediately think this woman has problems. And the moment that I go see the apartment, I'm going to get roped into her telling me the whole fucking story. That's not professional. That's not professional. And she's going to have to eat that, honestly. She's going to have to eat this shit because ain't nobody going to get it. Nobody's moving in there. She did this to get under your skin. It sounds like our old roommate. Dustin and I had a roommate. I told you guys the story. And we didn't leave on great terms. I thought we were on good terms. But when he moved out, he posted on Facebook that he's so happy that he moved out of his apartment and people couldn't try to tell him how to live his life anymore. Oh, but that wasn't about you guys. Yes, it was. Fuck you, you know? Yeah, she had me and my partner as paying tenants, and now she's losing money with it empty. Oh, well. Having gone through the home buying process, I'd be shocked if she even gets a viewing. She's shooting herself in the foot just to be petty. I agree. Yep, I agree. That is so fucking petty. Does your mom know my mom? Are they in a club? Yeah, the roommate that didn't clean. Yes, that one. Yeah, you're not crazy, bitch. Your mom's a fucking psychopath. Are your mom and my mom friends? Is she from Florida? Maybe they started a club. I think they've started a I don't have any control over my child anymore club. I thought about that the other day. Do our moms know each other, right? Oh, okay. Got it. So no, not Florida. 10-4. But yeah, honestly though, I think our moms would hate each other. They would be in the same club, but all of those moms, they would be like, and listen to each other, share their shit. And then when they leave, no, yes, Florida, but like South Florida. Oh, okay. Batshit bitches anonymous. Yes, they would sit around that circle and talk shit about us, their children, and then when they leave, they would tell their friends because they don't have friends; they just have people that tolerate them. Let's be real. And they would talk shit about each other. My mom would talk shit about your mom because all that she does is talk about her daughter and blah blah blah, and that stupid apartment and that stupid house. Like that's all she talks about. And your mom would hate my mom because all she talks about is me. You know. Oh my God, I just got a reality TV idea. Hear me out. Big Brother, Narcissistic Moms Edition. That would be fucking epic TV. Epic TV. Watching all of our moms play the victim and like crash out all the time. Great TV. Yeah, bitch, you're not crazy. Your mom is. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever read in my life. That's a real estate listing? This is not a place to drop your bombs, my friend. Not a place for it. Period. What a psycho. Clearly your mom doesn't have any friends because she has to tell the world in a real estate listing. Like, it's giving for sale by owner. Probably. This bitch. She has a realtor? Wow. Shocked. I'm shocked. Like, what is she expecting, though? That someone's going to go, oh, how unfortunate. You know, let's go see the property. Nobody's doing that. Danny, the whole live is drama. That's what Dear Madam is. It's unpacking the drama, girl. Literally, not in this economy. No one's going to go help your mom. Fuck her. Rue. Rue the day. She is ruing the day full of rue. Bitch is making gumbo because she gonna rue the day. You know what I mean? Brenda, if that was an apartment listing, I'd hate to see the obituary. She leaves behind her petty ass kids. Oh my God. She leaves behind her ungrateful spawn. You know what I mean? The fuck? Oh, wow. Stella, leave it alone, babe. Leave it alone. Let's see. You got to worry about yourself right now. You're going through some of your own changes, you know, to making it count. What in the poor? Not the throwback to the Titanic shit. I hate you. Stella, you got your own stuff to worry about right now. You know what I mean? You've got your own shit to worry about. You're going through some of your own changes. You need to protect yourself emotionally. And you got your own money to make, girl. You got your own money to make, your own abundance. This is also about your own legacy, your own family, the people that you want to surround yourself with. You know what I mean? Do I need to say more? Do I need to elaborate? You are going to be fine. Just fine. Not Danny trying to press my buttons. Y'all are nuts. Well, those are the emails I've got. And I was only going to be on till 9:30, but here we are. So thank you guys so much. Yep, those are all the emails. Thank you kindly, friends. This has been an amazing live, truly. Truly. Only 4 emails. Mine was, guess what? Yes, but Karen, did you get a reading? Was it sent through electronic mail? That's an email. Oh my God. I love you guys so much. I love my Maven community, and these Sunday night lives are so great for my soul. Thank you guys so much. Well, you know the drill. I'll see you tomorrow night for Monday Night Mass. 3 hours of chaos and fun. And thank you for all of you that write in and keep us updated on your lives and your vulnerability and what you choose to share with this community. I imagine it's because you feel safe here, and I'm so glad that I can create a space where people feel safe to communicate and to express and to find community. So I think this is great. So yes, I will see you all at the Dark Church tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Be kind to yourselves. Got an ad for Taco John's. Love that. Trying to make my money on YouTube. What are you going to do? Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Be kind to yourselves and each other. All right. Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye, friends.